Mel Machin was still manager at the club after 2.5 seasons in charge. His promise of achieving promotion within 3 years was looking bleak. He had saved the club from relegation in his first season, just missed out on the playoff spot in the second, and finished a disappointing 16th last season. More noticeable changes were to be made on the stadium. The old John Smith's Brewery stand was to be replaced by a new £2.5 million two-tier stand, with 7,500 seats and a number of executive boxes.
Keane. Oh, nicely done. That's lovely football. And Keane has threaded it through for Clive Allen. And Allen stops, checks, scores. Typical.
By the end of August, 5 matches had been played. 3 in the league, from which only 1 point had been obtained.
Just going to go beyond to Bramble at the back post. He was literally, I would say, a foot away from an equaliser there. Redfern. Taggart's knock onto Kerry. Oh, that deserved a goal, actually. That was the instinctive strike of a player who's always looking for a goal. Kerry is here. Now then, what can he do this time? Kerry, shot! Oh, off the crossbar, unlucky.
Our first win came at Meadow Lane, Notts County, thanks to 3 first-half goals. The second was scored by young Andy Liddell, his first ever league goal for the club, after stepping up from the very successful Northern Intermediate youth team. Owen Archdeacon wrapped up the 3 points with a stunning strike. By October, we were rooted to the bottom of the league, with only 1 win in the first 8 games. The Reds were looking in deep trouble again. Something was needed to give both the team and the fans a lift. The change came in the figure of Wayne Bertie Biggins, a £200,000 signing from Stoke City. He netted twice in a 3-0 victory over Luton Town to give us our first win of the season at Oakwell in 8 attempts. The Reds were now showing some renewed optimism after the signing of Biggins, and with good results we started to climb the table. The best performance, however, came away at Bristol Rovers, where we netted 5 times in the match, a feat which has never been repeated to date.
Being put under considerable pressure here.
The Reds were now beaming with confidence and enjoyed a home win against top of the table Newcastle United.
His man cuts it back and a nice chink over the top. Archdeacon and cleared by Benison. but that was the best opening yet for Barnsley, and Archdeacon in at the heart of it. And Barnsley now in a good position themselves as this free kick from Archdeacon is floated in. Rammell was coming for it, and it's gone a foot wide from the head of John Pearson. Begins with the cross, it's a good one, and is that the goal for Barnsley? It is from O'Connell. Great start to the second half. Newcastle caught napping. For Robinson, here's the cross coming in. Oh, the shot from Rammell scorches through and wide and over the crossbar, but lovely move from Barnsley. Good point, and it's Barnsley on attack again. Oh, that's a great ball in. Here's O'Connell, he can get another one. Off the inside, Little can't finish it, and Newcastle in a frenzied state scramble it away. Beresford, it was the way to slip it inside that penalty area. This is Lee, we've hardly seen him in the second half. We've seen him now, all right, as Butler makes the stop on the line, and the whistle has sounded, and still...
By mid-season we were looking in a much healthier position. The good run since October had seen us pull ourselves off the bottom, and we now sat in 14th. But the run needed to continue into the new year. January brought the FA Cup third round. We were drawn against our first division rivals Leicester City at Filbert Street. In a closely drawn match, the Reds let the tie slip away after leading 2-0. Leicester clawed their way back to force a replay at Oakwell.
Gather it, Thompson did. This is Joachim leading the breakout now for Leicester, and there are plenty in it. He's got Mills steaming up at his shoulder. Uses him as the decoy. Goes alone! That's just a brilliant goal by Julian Joachim. 18 years of age and the world at his feet. Really has been an excellent contest in view of the overhead conditions. Archdeacon got hold of that, didn't he? Is that a good equaliser, or is that a good equaliser? Last minute, last throw of the dice. Thompson successful left for Leicester.
In the end, the teams had to be split by a penalty shootout. The heroes on the night for the Reds being Mark Robinson and Lee Butler.
Gary Mills was Leicester City's penalty taker last season. Oh, he's missed it! All that experience. 2-1 they lead. Biggins has done his bit. And he's again kept Leicester City's interest. Strokes this one in. And he's up to it. A free transfer capture from Manchester United. And he's put Barnsley one kick away. Here goes Walsh. Oh, he got his hands to it but couldn't quite keep it out. Oh, would you believe it? Kevin Paul keeps Leicester City alive. Lee Philpott. He's saved another. And once again, Barnsley one kick away. It all comes down to this. Mark Robinson is the hero. And Barnsley are through.
Bishop's kick. He's aimed for Taggart. Biggins gets a good header and McCluskey saves, but Andy Rammell scores! 4 days later, and we entertained high-flying West Ham. They were put to the sword by Andy Rammell, who became only the 4th Barnsley player to score a hat-trick in the competition. And he makes no mistake. West Ham are back in the game. And his kick in will find Curry, gets it down, shoots, saved by McCluskey, Redford scores! 3-1 to Barnsley! The ball with Rammell, chance for a shot, shoots, takes it in, no! Andy Rammell scores! The Reds bowed out 2-0 in the 5th round away to Mel Machin's former club, Manchester City. One of the highlights of the season came away at Millwall, who had previously not been beaten at the Den. The Reds, playing some of their best football, cruised to a 4-0 victory. After a 3-1 defeat at Brentford, what seemed like the inevitable happened, and Mel Machin resigned after 3.5 years in charge. Despite saving the club from relegation in his first season, just failing to take them into the playoffs the following year, he never really convinced the armchair fan that he was the man to take us into the Premier League. The Reds finished the season in a safe mid-table position. Overall, it had been a disappointing one, but with the departure of Machin, sights were already set on a new season and who would be the new man in charge at Oakwell.